Hey, welcome cocksuckers, welcome punks to the worst city in the world. Lots of cocksuckers in the city right now of Las Venturas. This is your host, these are your hosts, Rashawn and Cash. So, get right into it, shout outs, obviously, if anybody remembers the, not the old fag era, but the era after the old fag era, obviously, we used to talk about on this show with a few people.
What? Boar attacked me in the game.
You got attacked by a boar?
Yes, in Red Dead Redemption. I'm skinning this turkey and the fucking boar comes in and just almost kills.
Well, you must have done something wrong, 'cause it's very rare to be attacked by a boar. So, yeah, it must have been, you probably need to shave or something, you know?
Yeah, he looks terrible. Stinky.
You have to shave and take a shower, you fucking dirty 1899 man. What was I talking about?
Sorry, you were on Old Fags.
Yeah. The after old fag era, you know, between like 2010 and 2014. You know, I think the last time we talked about this was during the Little Tank interview. We were talking about John and Princess Ken and Kahlua. Well, guess what? A few nights ago, obviously the rumors were in a few weeks ago that Kahlua had returned to CNR, and for some reason I hadn't put it on the CNR news yet. I guess I didn't think it was worthy.
I think I heard. So. I think I heard her in CNR News or something. I think she was on Discord, no?
No, I don't know what she sounds like. I don't think she's in any Discord.
There was. Oh, I thought I never heard that girl before that was in Discord. Maybe it was Miss Playboy. I don't remember.
Absolutely not. But what's funny is that a few nights ago, I was talking to Kahlua, probably the first time since like 2013 that I had seen her on the server. Yes, Weston, we were on the radio live. But yeah, obviously, Kahlua had gotten leaks from players, a player who I am going to name soon, about how she was a topic on the radio, and she kind of resented the idea. Well, first of all,
Oh, you keep going on with it. She resented the idea being mentioned on the radio.
No,
now you mentioned her again.
No, she resented the idea that, first of all, I said that she was the reason why John was demoted. And, she was like, well, go on. Don't you have something to say? And I'm like, say what? And she's like, well, I think I'm owed an apology. And I'm like, nah, I don't think I need to apologize. Now, see, I may not know the real happenings of what happened during the John demotion. Obviously, there are theories to that and all of that. But despite the fact that John was at that time known as being abusive, and some had nothing to do with Kahlua, but I am semi-comfortable in saying that if Kahlua weren't around, John would probably still be an admin. Not 100% sure, but he'd probably still be an admin. Now, does that mean that Kahlua was the 100% reason why he was demoted? No, but if we're keeping it simple, I'll say yes. Now, that reminded me, because we were talking about it last night. Not you, but because I mentioned last night in Discord that I talked to Kahlua. And it reminded me of the time that, like, 4 years ago, probably 4 or 5 years ago. And I couldn't remember this dude's name at the time. But now, since it came back to me, it was Clapson. Clapson had asked me, hey Rashawn, do you remember somebody named Kahlua on the server?
Clapson is still alive? I haven't seen him.
Yes, I saw him play last week, but you know, and I had told the Clapson back then. 'Cause I didn't know who Clapson was back then, really. But I had told him, I was like, no, I don't know where Kahlua's been. Kahlua's been gone for a couple of years and all of that. But, you know, once Kahlua mentioned that, she reconnected with Clapson and all that, I put two and together and I was like, oh, Clapson listened to the show. And, yeah, so of course, you know, he'd be like, yo, Kahlua, you know, your presence is still known on the server. Now, what I'd like to say, since Clapson is likely going to listen to this, hopefully, you know, and since Kahlua has been back, you know, it's been a long time since the saga of Princess Ken, Kahlua, and all that crap. How about Kahlua comes on the show? You know, have a conversation, you feel me? You know what I mean?
True.
Well, you know, I would love that. You know, we'd go into ins and outs of, you know, what happened back then. Because obviously I was on the outside looking in. There was a lot of white knight
But your-
competition, you know.
Is
and
that
I
your
just wanted to
common
stand
practice with girls? To look from outside in?
out. I think that's everybody's common practice, right? You have to look on the outside and then you end up going in.
Old man John got more action than you.
I'm not quite sure I'm that jealous of that. But still, it'll be great if we can have a conversation, you feel me? Because I'm sure there are a lot of people, you know, it's been 7 years or 6 years, whatever it is, you know what I mean? The statute of limitations is gone. Who really cares? Most of the people on this server don't even know who Kahlua is, you know? Just like last night we were talking about how, you know, people wanted to make sure what they were saying in a channel did not spread to other people, but it's the thought of the people that it would be spread to these days do not know the players in question that have these concerns. Just like Titty Boy had DDoSed the server a long time ago, but he made friends with a lot of people who didn't play CNR at that time, you know? So the impact was not as huge. So, it'd be great, Clapson. It'd be great, Clapson. You know, let's convince the Kahlua to get on the show, you feel me? Let's have a conversation, you know what I mean? So I think it'll be pretty good. But still, it is pretty good, interesting to see Kahlua back on the server. And I'm sure you'll have a prosperous time, since it's a new generation of players. A lesser generation of players, but, you know, still a different generation of players.
Lesser.
So yeah.
Holy shit.
I mean, I think it is kind of lesser, but yeah, you know, that depends on the kind of context you want to bring in. But yeah, so yeah, welcome back to Kahlua in CNR, and I hope that you can get in contact with John, because you know, that would be such a reunion. I'd like to see how that reunion would go on. You know, I don't even think John even knows that Kahlua's back around. You know, I'm even tempted to PM him on the forums to tell him that Kahlua come back, because it seems like those two were quite good friends. You feel me? So that's how it be. That's how it be. In fact, Cash, she was like, who is that foreign girl on the radio? So that's how. That's how it be. That's how it be. Switching gears to another thing that no one knows about. I just wanted to start the show also. It gets back to the NBA. Alright, I think that right away I should say the fan vote for the NBA should be abolished. It's a joke.
Really?
It's a complete
What was the
absolute
result?
joke.
I
I'm
didn't
not sure if there is a result yet, because I don't know if the players and the coaches have voted yet, but there's a player who plays for the Brooklyn Nets. His name is Kyrie Irving. He's one of the best finishers in the NBA. He has played a grand total this season of 15 games. 15 games. 15. Most teams so far have played 44. But despite that, the fans have voted him into a starting position in the Eastern Conference, which is complete and utter blasphemy. Okay?
What?
If a man has played 15 games, he should not be on the All-Star team. I don't care how good his team is. His team's not even that great. They're in the 8th seed, but they're not great. There's no reason why. I don't care if Kyrie Irving, he's a great player, top 10 player in the NBA probably, but when he's healthy. But if you've played 35% of the season, you should not be in the All-Star game. And this is why the fan vote is a complete meme. Alex Caruso is getting votes. I understand, he's
pretty good. Come on.
He's a balding white dude that can dunk, is very athletic, but he is not an All-Star. I mean, he's not going to be in the All-Star game, but and I'm not really even getting on him. But I've got more of an issue with Kyrie Irving because I don't care how good you are, if you don't fucking play, if you take games off like a bitch, because he's pretty much hurt. He's not 100% hurt, but he's been missing a lot of games. Get him the fuck out of here, alright? I don't want to see Kyrie Irving in the All-Star game. If he is, then the All-Star fan vote is a complete and utter yoke. Egg yolk.
Did you?
That's what it is. So, get him the fuck out of here.
Did you vote for anyone?
I think I voted for your boy Luka like 2 or 3 times. I think that's...
Really? Holy shit, Rashawn.
But
damn it.
I'm not so much into the All-Star voting
All-Star?
thing.
I actually voted more times last year than I did this year. I think I only voted once or twice.
Damn.
Yeah, last year I was on it.
Yeah, whoever gets in. I'll watch it anyway. Kemba Walker, who's a Bouse Celtics player, he'll be on it. So that's really all that matters to me. Also Trae Young, who is on the worst team in the NBA, he got 1 billion votes as well. Which, I mean, he'll. Yeah, I don't know what to really say about that. I mean, his team is absolute trash. He puts up big numbers on a trash team. But if he'll be in the All-Star game, I guess I don't have an issue with that. At least he didn't miss 70% of the season. So, I don't have an issue. Don't have an issue at all, But, yeah, that's where it is. The fan vote is kind of a huge meme. And that's all I gotta say about that,
Yeah.
That's how it be.
I mean, it's always like that when people are allowed to vote, kind of.
Yeah, look at the Senior Awards, right?
Yeah, pretty much the same.
It's
I mean,
same stuff.
I don't know why I started think about this, but there's actually been some news here lately. I don't know if it's recent news in USA as well, but I don't actually know NBA that well, but apparently there was a dude that was good a few years ago or something in NBA, and now he's homeless or something, and someone recorded him getting like beat up by random
Delonte
people.
West, yep, that's right. I didn't see the video, but Delonte West, who allegedly slept with LeBron's mother, he was...
That's what happened. So okay,
well, not at the moment, but a few years ago, like he slept with his mother.
Because I went out to eat yesterday with my mother, and my mother was telling me about the story, and my mother, of course, doesn't know much about NBA either, and she was something like, oh, it was some player that had something to do with LeBron James back in the days, and I was like thinking, who would be the teammate of LeBron James that doesn't play anymore or something that I would know, because I don't know that many players either. So you're saying he slept with his...
Yeah, Delonte West, about 2008.
How would my mom know that?
I have no idea why your mom would know that. That's
some detailed knowledge of NBA.
When it comes to basketball, I think most casual people would know the weirdness of somebody sleeping with somebody's mother. So, You know, that's how it be. I didn't see the video, but he looked pretty fucked up. He looked pretty
Just
fucked up.
apparently he has like bipolar disorder or something, so
Yes.
he's either very up or very down. And apparently, like, he has made it to NBA, and then he has crashed all the way down to being homeless. And then he has made it again in NBA against all the odds, and now he has crashed down to homeless again. I really don't understand, like, how to say. Like, first of all, I don't understand people that watch someone being beaten up so badly, you know, as apparently it was really bad, and they keep recording. That's first off. Like, I don't understand people that do that, you know. Like, that person who was recording probably knew that this is like some dude who used to be famous, or even if it was just completely random person, why would you stand there and record for that 1,000 likes or whatever you get on YouTube, rather than just help out the man or like try to diffuse the situation or whatever? And secondly, like, I don't understand how, like, the dude was in NBA. Those people there don't make like 10 grand, like 10 grand or 40 grand a year or something. They make millions. Like, there's not one dude, one ex-teammate that would like try to help him out, like find him a little room somewhere in a city, or like, most importantly, like, get him some treatment, you know? So, because like, if he gets treated like he's supposed to or whatever, then he's gonna pick himself up eventually, because it has happened before. So like, I don't understand, like, because like, if you spend so much time with someone that like you're a teammate or whatever, you play for the same team, how can you just like move completely past that and just completely forget? Like, if one of my schoolmates, I don't know, I went to primary school with, if they would like go in really bad addiction, or they were in really bad state or whatever, I would always like try to help them, you know? Maybe I'm not like in the best position in life to help them, like I cannot buy them flat or something, but if I were like multi-million person, you know, like NBA players are, like, for sure I would like just get him like roof somewhere so he can sleep, you know? I really don't understand how people are so I don't know what's the word, like, even like apathic or whatever is the word, like,
Apathetic.
yeah, they're like, nothing phases them anymore, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you'd probably have to do that in secret, because it's probably tough to be that guy. You know, he's that guy. It's tough to be that guy to help the dude that slept with, at the time, the best NBA player in the league's mother.
Sure, but you know, I mean, yeah, maybe like LeBron James wouldn't help him out, you know, because obviously this thing, you know, but can't people like put that past them, you know? The dude is still like outside and people are beating him up, you know? I mean, he didn't murder someone or kill someone, you know? I mean,
That's very true. It is kind of weird.
and it kind of feels also like that some people just like really enjoy those moments, you know? Like, for example, like, you watch some rich people or whatever, and you kind of like be a little bit envious of them, or like a little bit angry because they have it better. And like, the first situation you have, you know, to prove them that you're stronger, or now you have control and they don't, like, you beat them up, you know? How to say, like, it feels like empowering, I guess, to some people, that they can beat up someone that used to be an NBA star before, because
That's
now
true.
they're the same or less than you, they're just trash, you know?
Especially a guy who, you know, he was pretty tough. He would fight with anybody on the courts. You know, he wasn't a big dude, but he was a tough dude, you know. And I guess to beat up somebody like that, I'm trying to find the video here of him getting his ass kicked. It's like, damn,
I
I'm actually
think
surprised.
there's few even. I think there's like two videos. One is like on the middle of road somewhere, and one is like under the bridge or something. I don't know. There's few of them, I think. Like two at least, I think.
That's crazy. You know, I don't know, bipolar is a pretty snitty thing, but it's kind of weird, because, you know, he made a lot of cash as a player. You know, not as much as he could have, I guess, but you know, it's pretty weird because when you look at him now, and if you don't know who Delonte West is, you could just look at that video and see and say, oh shit, he's just a regular old weird homeless dude. And it's like, damn, that dude actually played in the NBA. It's like, holy snap, because I remember when he was still in college, he was a dynamic duo with some other dude, and they're one of the bounciest teams in the country. And all of a sudden, wow, 18 years later, we're in peace. We're in fucking peace, you know. It makes you wonder about that kind of thing. But let's see. Let me see how old he is now, because I'm pretty sure he. Hold on, let's see a video here. Ooh, 2 million views though. Damn, holy snap. It's in the middle of the fucking road too. Holy fuck!
I just don't know, like, for sure, like, you don't have like opportunity every day in your life to stomp someone that I used to be an NBA star before. But like, why should you why should you do it even to begin with? You know, it's like not like the dude attacked him or something. I mean, it's just like unprovoked. Yeah. Just because you can, you know, it's kind of lame. And like, not only lame from the person that's doing the kicking, but the dude that's recording also and just not doing anything. You know? Like, what the fuck is wrong with people?
Yeah, it's some real shit. Like, this dude in the middle of the fucking highway is getting stomped out with 5 cars stopped. That's some snit right there. And it happened in Washington, D.C. Yeah, Washington, D.C. is kind of fucked. Like, you would think that the home place for the President of the United States would be such a divine place and all that. Well, guess what? Washington, D.C. is a very fucked area. In fact, I think it has the highest HIV concentration in the entire country. So if all you Borats out there, if you're trying to go to America, have a holiday in America, do not go to Washington, D.C. Because if you want to have a fling with somebody, 1 in 100 people, 1 in like 80 people may have HIV, so watch out. Watch the fuck out. So, but then yeah, he was born in Washington, D.C. too, so shit. How about that? That's some bullshit right there. I see a few videos here of why he is homeless. Gotta check that out in the bits. It's got LeBron in the thumbnail. That's not good.
Oh,
this is not good. Speaking of sick, though, obviously, Kesh, you say that you're going to be in Murica in a couple of weeks.
Exactly.
You know, how scared of you that? How scared are you? Excuse me. That you might pick up this new virus that's going around. This coronavirus, you know, that virus is gonna destroy the Corona beers, you know, because it's got the same name and all that. I don't know why they even called it coronavirus, but it's spreading from China. There's a dude in England that got it. You got Bio who's pissing his pants.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you have Bio that got it.
Well, the way he's acting, he probably hasn't, but he's mad or scared it will go to Sweden. I think there was a case in Murica, and people are saying that they're suppressing it. So, how scared might you be that you might get this coronavirus going to Seattle and San Francisco, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all, huh? Kind of a silly question.
I'm vaccinated, you know, against everything. I'm not anti-vax.
Well, you know, I'm not sure if they have a real vaccine against
No.
coronavirus unless China does.
I actually know nothing about it because I was so busy this week with all my assignments that I literally haven't followed news at all. And the first time I heard about this virus was literally, I just looked at Discord and I saw some people talking about it and I was like, what the hell is that? So can you like summarize for me? What is it?
I'm not quite sure what it does and how is it different from, you know, like the flu, because I read something on things how to prevent it, and pretty much that can be copy pasted, with the regular flu. Just like, wash your hands after you use the bathroom, after touching doorknobs. Wow, what an asshole. Only filth, only cocksuckers go to the bathroom and do not wash their hands.
I only wash when it begins to get crusty.
That is not good. Alright, you must wash your hands every time you go to the bathroom, because guess what? You may catch the corona, especially if you touch your face, all that's you.
Don't wash my face either.
Well, I think we have a lot of issues going here, Kesha. Right? You are right now a hub of spreading yearly disease.
Maybe I started it.
Maybe, we know you didn't start HIV. That's
See, when I was filling out this formula or whatever it's called ESTA or something, ESTA. So it's pretty much like almost like visa, if you want to call it like that. So that you're like allowed entrance in USA and stuff. So you have to fill in like your details, like your parents' details, like where you're gonna be staying, your nationality, passport number, blah blah blah. And in the end, you have like some weird questions like, have you ever, in past 15 years, conspired against USA or USA people? And then you have like one question like if you have chlamydia or syphilis, and if you have entered like North Korea, Iran, and Iraq in the last, 6 years or something. And then I began to think, like imagine like you are a terrorist, and you're looking at that formula and you're going like, yes. Like who in their right mind, even if you were a terrorist, like who would answer yes? Like
not many.
I mean, who's gonna do that? Like, why even have that question there? It's stupid.
I guess with the off chance that somebody would actually tell the truth, but yeah.
Imagine like if the dude was like terrorist, right? And then he said yes, and then he would come at like border control, and American border control would be like, well, you're a terrorist, but at least you're an honest terrorist, so welcome to America.
Now that would be funny. That'd be fucking hilarious. But I don't know. North Korea, because of Kim Jong-un, a lot of weirdos, a lot of weirdo reporters like to go to North Korea to try to get themselves trapped, But of course, I wonder if the Iran-Iraq thing was just revised a few weeks ago. Then again, Murica and Iran have had issues for forever. But yeah, why not Yemen?
There was one dude in history, well, not so long ago, I think even, who actually wanted to get arrested in North Korea, because like he wanted to experience how bad it actually is, Like dude, you must have really fucking boring life to risk like being locked up like for 15 plus years or die in like labor camp just because you want to see how it is,
Yeah, I guess
some fucked up shit.
He wants to be rescued.
That's fucking boomers, I tell you. Very tired.
He
Too
wants
bored
to.
With their life.
See, the thing is, he wants to go through 10 years of hard labor, and then he'll be rescued by the U.S. boomer president, and he'll come back, he'll be on every news show imaginable, may win the Nobel Peace Prize, and he'll get lots of cash.
There was one student from USA who was like 22 years old or something, and they went to North Korea like around Christmas period or something. And he made a big mistake. Basically, they got drunk or something, and he went to hotel, and he was drunk, so he got this wise idea to remove a poster of the great leader,
Oh no.
And as he was leaving the country at the airport, they arrested him, and he was like sentenced to 15 years of hard labor in some work camp or whatever, labor camp. And then USA like tried to fight to get him back, whatever, I don't know. And they did deliver him back to USA eventually, but in vegetable state. Pretty much like he was like not conscious, and he was in coma. And then when he came to USA, I think he was like he was like in hospital. They were trying to figure out if this coma state was like because he got beat up so bad, or like he got infected with something or whatever. And yeah, he just died. They just switched him off the whatever life support. So
it's listening.
See, so like you go to North Korea to party for New Year's, you get drunk, and then in the space of like 1 year, you're dead.
See, there you go. You gotta be responsible with your alcohol. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, you don't want to do something dumb. Obviously, most people, when they get drunk, you try to make sure you don't get Me Too'd, but obviously you don't want to take down the picture of the great pudgy leader of North Korea, because if you do that before they send you back, they'll beat you up and hit your head with a pickaxe. So
would you go to North Korea for as a tourist attraction, whatever, for just to visit?
You couldn't pay me to go to North Korea.
You would, yeah.
I'm not sure if I would take a 7-figure pay day to go to North Korea, because I think I'd be scared shitless.
And apparently, like the slogan of this company that this student went with, you know, apparently their slogan was something like along the lines like, "We take you places that your mother would advise you against," you know, against like visiting.
Yeah, but I'm sure his mother told him not to go there. But
so here you have it. They actually did deliver on their promise.
And now that whatever that is probably does not exist anymore. So GG, folks. Don't go to North Korea. In fact, do not go abroad. Get drunk and do dumb snit, because you don't want to be a visiting person in the country and get arrested. That's a good lesson for you, Cash. Do not go to America and get arrested. I'm not even sure. What did they do? Did you just send you back? You'll get deported before your stay even expires, and then you'll be banned from the United States forever.
Did I not show you that video of
who?
Of border control sending all Slovenian girls back because they're
yeah. Well, I'm sure it's not that extreme. That lady would have gotten through if she held her head up, you know.
Exactly.
That's right. She all the other girls held their head up, you know.
That's what they teach you when you're little, right? Head up and chest out. Fake boobs.
Hey. Absolutely not. Listen, if I was that border patrol dude, if I spotted fake boobs, you're going back to what country you came from. Alright? Absolutely not. I know it's better than taking cement injections in the ass, but get them out of here. Get them out of here. We want a real society out here, okay? And that means, unless it's just like marijuana, yeah, I mean, you know, people get mad at weed, but if it's used for medicinal purposes, how can you argue? For plastic surgery, unless it's for if it's for purposes, like I said a few months ago or a few weeks ago, where this woman had a mate that wouldn't touch her boobs during sex, if you get it for that reason, alright. But if you just get it for, you know, Instagram and, you know, because, oh my god, I have A- cups, I want to get these balls in my chest.
So Sean, you had like, okay, this is PG. No. If now, obviously, I don't know your proportions and sizes and shit, but like, if you were born like with super tiny dick, right? and you had an option, obviously, men don't really, but like, if you had an option like to make it bigger, you wouldn't.
Um,
I mean, fucking hypocrite.
if there was a first of all, we have to wonder, how small are we talking? Are we talking, the Lucas
Like-
meme small, or
Like my thumb size or your thumb size. I
oh,
hope you
that's
don't have extra super large.
no, that wouldn't be good. That wouldn't be good. Well, if there was a possibility, I'm sure that if there was a natural way to do that, then I would do it. But what artificial way would be possible to? Okay, let's say that there was one. Okay, all right, I understand your question now.
Yeah, that's what I said. And obviously, there isn't good one currently available. But like, if there was one, I'm pretty sure like most men would do it.
Oh, well, yeah, I feel like it's different.
Why?
Well,
Why?
because first of all, I'm trying to figure out which one I should say first because I think the order matters. First of all, the thing about it is, let's say there's a way, but okay, this doesn't make sense. All right, so here's the second one.
Some time to collect your thoughts or something.
Yeah, I tried to
I
think.
see this is a difficult topic for you.
Well, the thing about it is, Kesh, alright, so for women, your boobs are obviously never out, but they are always visible. Your boobs are always visible. The outlines of your boobs are always visible at all times. You know, you're walking outside.
That makes it worse even then. That makes it even more reason to have a surgery. Like, since no one will see your tiny dick anyway, like, you know, but your boobs will always be on this. This is really not going your way, or Sean?
No, it's not. It's not going my way. Well, I suppose. See, the thing is that for a man, your ever-defining defiance is unique. So if it is not up to par, then it is never there. But I just feel like, and obviously I'm not a woman, so I can't really say it. But I just feel like that your boobs should not be the defining thing that makes you a woman, or that validates your womanhood.
Your dick size is the defining thing that makes you a man either. But see, that's just our version.
Yeah. You might have points. Obviously, we won't see this till 2050 when they actually have this going. But that's a pretty good counter, huh? Pretty good counter. Nice counter, Kesh. You know, I like that.
Thanks.
I like that. But yeah, I was gonna say something I completely forgot.
I mean, if dick size was your defining factor, then surely you would be called anaconda, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You know, problem is that you know, unlike a woman, where you know your boobs are always on display, a man's cojones are, you know, whether anaconda or not, would not always be on display. So that's how it be. That's.
Yo, what's the weather like there, Sean? Do you have like snow or something? What should I bring in 2 weeks? Do I really need gas mask for San Francisco? Apparently it's polluted, this shit.
In the summer, yeah, you would have to have a gas mask.
Yeah.
But, well, here it snowed a few days ago, over the weekend. But it never snows in San Francisco. In fact, either way, it's I assume it's not too cold there, but obviously you gotta prepare for it all. You know, you gotta prepare for it all when it comes to that. So yeah, get your coat out, all that. I don't think it has to be a big coat. Yeah. Are you cold sensitive, Cash, or something?
No, not really. I actually prefer cold than too hot.
I'm the opposite.
But I just don't like windy. I don't like mind cold as cold, like flat cold, you know. But if it's like mixed with wind, then it's painful. But did you see what happened to in Australia? Apparently they had like a hail with like that was size of golf balls or something,
Damn.
which makes me feel bad. First of all, for Parrish, because I think if she still were in Discord channel, then she would be able to update us on the situation. But I do really feel bad for them. I mean, I first day had like super dry period, like the driest period in past, I don't know, like 50 years or something, or even more. There were like fires everywhere. And then I watched like a video, it finally like rained. The first time after months or something, it rained. And there was like this video on YouTube of a dude who was like a big Australian farmer. And he was like literally crying his eyes out because it was raining, you know. They were so happy to receive some rain finally at last. And then like 2 days later, after that video was released, you have like huge like hurricane winds or whatever hit Australia and like hail like the size of golf balls, and you're like, seriously, can these people get some rest? Like from one extreme to another, you know. Kind of makes me feel
Australia.
bad.
I guess parts of Australia is getting fucked. As far as I know, Parrish said that her area is not affected, but yeah, it was pretty snitty, because obviously if some big ass tornado fire crap would be around here, that would destroy a lot of snit. However, in California's a lot of issues with wildfires and all that snit, a lot of crap in the air during the summer. That's part of the reason why the air quality is so snits. I guess good thing you're not going in the summer.
Yep.
But,
I don't know, I would rather go to the same summer though. I think there's more stuff to do. I mean, I wouldn't really want to go to Death Valley or something in winter. I don't know. Probably it's much nicer in summer.
yeah, no. Plus, you just said some blasphemy a few minutes ago. You said that you prefer. What did you say? You prefer the cold over the heat? Wow.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here. No, that is not correct. Alright. Everybody knows.
Correct.
I'd rather it be absolutely hot than absolutely cold. Yup.
You like seriously, like maybe you don't have as bad humidity as we have here, because like I said before, I've been like a lot of times to Turkey, Cyprus and stuff, and like if you look just at temperature, it's much hotter there, but it was more bearable than being here in summers, just because their humidity is different than ours.
Oh yeah, there are times when it's humid as snit around here. And it's pretty uncomfortable. But you know, I just feel like it's a lot easier to. I'm probably wrong, but you know, there are times where it's a bit easier to deal with, to fix very hot compared to very cold. Even though it's probably wrong, because if you're very cold, all you gotta do is put on 5 shirts. You know, whereas if you are very hot, you can just take off 5 shirts. You know, but obviously one is more fun than the other, because who wants to wear 5 shirts? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So town because wearing 5 shirts fucking sucks. And whenever I have to wear 5 shirts.
Or you can just, I don't know. I don't wear 5 shirts even in winter. Come on, like maybe 2 layers. That's it.
Yeah.
Maybe stop trying to wear t-shirts in winter, Sean. Like you have 5 t-shirts over each other or whatever. Not instead of like having one woolen sweater or something.
You have a point. You have a point. I rarely wear sweaters. You have a point. Actually, you're right. I do have this thermal crap in one of my drawers. I probably should wear that, but yeah. I like my t-shirts, alright, so...
There's like literally... There's some weird people, I'm telling you, like in this day and age. Like when I went to store, like I already told you this, I think, this story. Like I went to store like about a month ago or a bit more. And it was like raining as hell. And there was dude like bare feet like walking out there. And I was like, holy shit, he must be cold. And then the other day, there's a dude that walks in uni, like outside it was like snowing. And everyone here is like wearing coat, and it was like only snowing, but it was also like super cold and windy. And the dude walks in like in t-shirt, no coat, no nothing. I'm like, holy shit, what are you made of?
How the fuck is that possible? I mean...
I don't know. Even I like the cold to extent, but that's just something else.
I think it's very weird when people come out in, 10 degrees Celsius weather, let's say, or 20 degrees Celsius weather, and they're out here and they've got shorts on and it feels like they're on a fucking beach and all this other crap. It's like, bro, be real, alright? What the fuck are you doing?
I have a question for you, Sean.
Yes.
So before we started the show, I ate my dinner, I guess, and because I live alone, it gets lonely, to eat the dinner. So I would like put some YouTube on or something whilst I'm eating, and YouTube is always giving like the great suggestions, So today when I was eating, I was watching the episode of Freaky Eaters. So those are people that take their eating habits to extremes. And there was a lady that only ate cheesy potato for past 30 years for breakfast. Then for breakfast, lunch and dinner, she ate that for 30 years. And that video or clip that I sent you when she like almost puked on vegetables, that was her. So what the frick is cheesy potato? Is that like American thing? Like you put cheese on potatoes? Like even on fries or something? Like what is that? Because I just don't understand. And I saw some people like in comments like, what is cheesy potato? Like they didn't really get it. So it's like it's not like a American thing like ranch or something?
All of the weird snits that you hear like that, it might have come from the fucking South, because nobody up here, does that. I mean, I guess some people may have cheese on potatoes, but that just sounds like a fucking South kind of thing. Like the woman is a big balloon, because I was gonna ask if she was a balloon, because I mean I'm not really sure how somebody can survive on just that, especially that that has no what's the word I'm looking for, healthy shit in it. So
what I was more so like obviously this is like serious, and there's more episodes. There's a dude that has been eating pizza for last I don't know how many, like 15 years or something, and his state is pretty bad, even though he's like pretty young, but he's not like super obese yet, maybe because he's only 22 years old, and so maybe he's still like fairly young, so maybe like when he gets older he'll get fat on pizza only. But he's already like started to feel like dizzy in mornings, and he has to like puke and cannot play sports no more and stuff like that, even though like he physically looks okay. But what surprised me more, there was a lady who was like 30-ish, 33 years old, and from ever since she was like 4 years old, so more than 25 plus years, whatever, she eats fries only. Fries only. Like she doesn't eat baked potatoes or mashed potatoes, you know.
Just fries. That's it.
And the lady is how is that possible? Like she was like, I won't say like she was super skinny, but she was fairly skinny. I was like, how the freak is that even possible?
I don't know. I guess she has good metabolism. She may not be skinny, but I guess eating that snit all day. Her
Like,
good metabolism got cut a little bit, but she's still burning
and
it
like
off.
she had no like acne and stuff like this. Say like fatty food makes you have pimples and acne, and she had like zero. It was like,
Well, she must be
okay.
lying. She must be eating something
So
else.
yeah, this literally was like almost like an episode of like, sometimes people talk like, oh, if you could eat like one food till the rest of your life, or one meal till the rest of your life, what would you choose? And those people are actually living that life. So yeah, this brings me to a question: if you would have to pick one thing, what would it be?
That's a great question. I think, even though I'm sure it really fucked me up, but I would say ribs. Yeah, I would say
Ribs?
ribs. Yeah, yeah. I would eat ribs, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Even though I'm sure I'd feel nauseous after some of those for real. You know, I can't pick broccoli because broccoli doesn't really have much of a
Well,
taste.
yeah, boring life.
Well, it's already happened, but yeah, I'd say I'd have ribs all day, every day. That's what I would say. So that's how it be.
They
That's how it
actually
be.
get so I wouldn't say like they get addicted. Yeah, they kind of do get addicted, but like they're physically like have reaction if they eat other foods. It's quite insane. And this lady couldn't just accept it that she's just fussy with food, and when she was fussy as a kid, her mom didn't like force her or didn't try to make her to try again. When she made a fuss, she was just like, okay, just eat your fries, at least you're eating something. And then she went to the doctor apparently, and doctors were like, oh, her moody like phase will stop at some point, maybe like before puberty.
Nope.
And then it never did. And what's the thing, like, obviously she's leading life like that, and she's single mother, and her daughter is now also like eating only fries. So this lady actually tried to campaign versus doctors. She tried to do like research online and stuff, but of course she couldn't find anything. She tried to prove that her and her daughter are like only two out of like possibly 5 people in the world that have specific like genetics condition because of which they cannot eat other food and fries. Like when your addiction becomes so strong, you're trying to scientifically come up with a reason you're like that, instead of just admitting, yeah, I'm just fussy with food. And it's kind of
I mean, there must have been something one day that came from something that's caused these grills to, eat one thing all the damn time. I mean, it had to be something, it had to come from something. Who knows where it came from? But obviously, though, it's pretty normal. Like if
maybe it's this Chinese virus coming up now. I'll only start eating fries soon.
I don't know. It might get in the fries too. You never know. But the thing is like if you eat one thing all the time, like literally one thing, no matter what, you know, what new food you introduce, it's going to fuck with your body because your body is used to getting one thing. You know, it's like, for example, if you eat food that is not cooked all the time, even for a couple of months, you know, if you eat food that's not really cooked or not cooked like, you know, old style, home style cooking or whatever, if you eat that for a few months and then one day after a few months you eat a well-cooked meal that's actually cooked and all that, your body's gonna forget what that feels like, and you're gonna throw up. So that's how it be. That's how it be. Obviously, I guess it takes a few years to develop the psychological issue of being disgusted by the smell of Brussels sprouts, but your body's gonna be like, what the fuck is this? It's been a long ass time since this has been in here, to the point where I forget and gotta throw it up. So that's how it be.
It just like really makes their situation worse, even because they kind of get like confirmation or whatever they constructed in their heads, you know. So like she's eating fries all the time because she believes other food is bad for her, you know. But because she's so used on fries all the time, then when she actually will try something else, it will really make her feel sick, and then she'll be like, yeah, I told you, like other food makes me feel sick, you know. I'm eating fries just because, you know.
That's what she's used to.
Yeah.
That's why you gotta ease back into the regular eating, you know. That's how it is. Like, for example, if you smoke cigarettes like a cocksucker, you can't just go from 2 packs a day to 0 because you'll get fucked. Your body will fuck you. So you gotta decrease it. You gotta go from 2 packs a day to 1.5 packs to a pack to 6 cigarettes to 4 to 2 to 1 and then 1 and then you get to 0. That's how it be. You know, you gotta have that willpower too. You can't be like, oh, I ate let's see, what's the weird food? I ate an apple today after not eating an apple for 3 months after eating fries all the time. It made me sick. Guess what? I'm done. That's not how people gotta think about it, you know. But yeah, I'd say ribs. Eat ribs every day. Get that fat content, that protein, obviously, and that's how it is gonna be. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it. The city did change. The city did change, so I think we're done here, obviously. I think there was one more weird stuff I was gonna say, but I completely forgot. Yeah, clapson. What's up, bro? Clapson. Let's get Kahlua on the show, bro. You know, be great.
Let's try to get some people on the show before I go to US.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there's, I don't know if there's gonna be Punkery. Maybe not.
I wouldn't expect so. Obviously, when you're in San Francisco and all of that, and Seattle, I'm not sure if you have time for that. But yeah, either way, well, let's get Clue on the show. Have a conversation. Let's go, Clapson. All right, let's do it, bro. Let's fucking do it.
Bring your girl to Discord.
Yes, bring it real. Bring it real. Also, I gotta end the show pretty quickly because right now my internet is completely demolishing itself, and I have to figure out what's going on here. So, for Kish, this is Rashawn. We'll see you next time on the